Friends, hello. Thank you for clicking on the video, listening to me yap some more about DWAC and what is going on with this Trump mania with stocks right now. So let's go over some things, what has happened today. Last week I made a video about DWAC saying, hey, it's probably going to be going bananas early into the week of this week, and luckily I was right so far, thank God. Not like I have a magic ball here, but we pretty much saw a setup and we hit it today. So the stock today, getting right down into it, it went back into a high zone, almost where it was back in the end of January when we hit right under that $55-$60 mark. That was pre-market, so we'll just call it 50. But today the stock tried to get to $50. It tried. It was close. It had a big run today. This is a big run. This is the biggest run it's had in probably a couple weeks now. So congratulations. It's just climbing. I mean, we're just watching it right now make pillars. This is what it's doing. We have sell off, then we have buy right back in. And what we're seeing with this too is we're not losing a lot of ground in the sense of like people are not really selling to where they're not coming back to it. So there is obviously trading going on with the stock. There's change of hands here, but there's more people just keeping it. That's what we're seeing because we're keeping these high levels because people are scared to get rid of it for good. I think there's obviously a lot of people trading it, but there's a lot of people too that are keeping large portions of it because they don't want to get rid of their position 100%, and that's totally understandable with week to week news right now with what's going on here. So obviously, like I said, if I didn't say, thank you for coming back to the channel, listen to me yap here. I'm going to be talking about all these Trump stocks and other stocks too all year, so keep up with me on that. Today also, man, look what Rumble did. Obviously, if you know, you don't know, I have a huge investment right now with Rumble, and I put in the wrong thing right there. Rumble shot up to $7 and right under $7.30 today. We'll call it, we'll round it up there. And today it was like a sell off. I was like, oh no, maybe we're going back into like a low 6, which I may have bought more at that point. But it didn't. It shot right back up here. I mean, it was like somebody hit a switch right around 2:30, and man, it closed out the day at 7. So that's a big win right there. PHUN, man, what can I not say about this situation right here? This is getting good. I made a video on this maybe about sometime last week, maybe, kind of going over what I thought with this, and it was met with mixed emotion on that video where I told people, I was like, this is a very dangerous situation. I would not get involved in it if you don't have money to burn, because this stock right now is on a very teeter-totter situation where there's a lot of weight going against it, but there is weight pushing it too. It is just hit a year going in February right now where the NASDAQ is like, hey, this stock has been under $1 for a year now. We need to do an extension, or you need to, do a reverse split. Obviously, we're hoping that the stock gets above $1 sooner than later here, but and obviously the squeeze, the push for the squeeze. And today was just such a good day with kind of seeing that we're coming back here a little bit, that the stock is rebounding once again, and that there's possibility that this could make it 50 cents, 60 cents, and hopefully more. And obviously, I realize there's people saying like this thing is going to ridiculous X numbers, but I'm just trying to be a little more realistic and shoot low, just for, even if you're holding this at 35, 30 cents, even 40 cents, that you'll make a nice little chunk of change here if this goes to 50, 60, 70 cents. So getting back to DWAC, what we know here is obviously, I want to say this one more time. The deal, we're supposed to hear something in March here. So pretty much this could go one of two ways here in the next 3 weeks. Obviously, this is a big month. We've got South Carolina and Nevada for the Republican nominee. More than likely, Trump is going to knock out Nikki Haley in South Carolina. That's coming up here next. And that will probably push all these these Trump stocks a lot more. So obviously with March coming into play here, and when we should hear something about the merger, the deal with Digital World and True Social going into one here, that right there, I think more than likely, if that happens, we will more than likely at that time. And listen, this is just me speculating, friends. Now, I want to say this too, because people come on here and like just rip into me about this, and I try not to say this every video, but I feel like I have to. I realize that you, me, all of us are not buying into Digital World acquisition right now based on balance sheets, quarterlies, deals, what money they have on hand. None of that matters right now when we're talking about this. This isn't a normal investment we're making right now. This is strictly making an investment on hype, on what could be, on FOMO. I don't want to miss out. This could be a little bit of a GameStop situation this whole year. This could get really intense here, and I don't want to miss out. And I think a lot of people have already seen, that situation take place here. I mean, 3 weeks ago, this thing was at $15, $17. So, look what's happened so far. I mean, this has been the biggest markup on the stock market here this year, obviously. And that's why it's drawing so much attention. Now, with March coming into play here, and they should say something about the deal here, whether they push it back again or, they make up something, I don't know. Or it actually happens. What if it happens? What if the deal actually happens? That more than likely could run up this stock to some pretty big numbers, just on like, oh my God, it's happening, and people go ballistic. Once again, I'm not even talking about money. I'm not talking about balance sheets. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking strictly on hype. If you've been in the market for at least a few years, you've caught some hype trains. You've seen things get ridiculous just based on what ifs. This is happening. That's happening. This person said that. This person's saying this. Hype in the market can build a lot of money if you can get in at the right time and get out at the right time. So, and that's not me bashing this whatsoever. I am not bashing this, so don't think I'm like sitting here bashing this. I want to bring reality to what we're looking at right now. But I think I still think there is a ton of meat left on the bone here with Digital World. The only terrible thing that is holding this together, that could tear this apart right now, is that the deal does not happen, that it falls apart, and that something like that happens. Now, we have had no whispers, nothing like that is being spoke about, even on Reddit. I mean, far as everyone's heard, everything's going hunky-dory. That's all we know. Trump is talking about True Social all the freaking time. I mean, if you see him, the media is not really producing this, but if you do look at his speeches where he's, popping up from city to city, town to town, he is talking about True Social, and True Social is growing, whether, the media wants to admit that or not. And this isn't me like promoting True Social. I'm just saying, obviously, it's a real thing. I think people need to address that if they don't. And I'm saying these things because obviously I think it's pretty easy to follow what's going on with the money path right now on True Social. The 30, 35, 40, now we're almost at 50 again. We're just building blocks right now. And when we have big sell-off, we have big buyback in, and then this will probably go back down to $40. But hey, 40 might be the new low. Just 2 weeks ago, we were saying, man, is it going to go back to like $25? I hope it goes back to $25. I don't know if we're going to see $25 the rest of the year unless something terrible happens. $30, like 30, that might be gone. I don't know. We'll see that again. We just don't know. We don't know how big these sell-offs are going to be compared to news lining up with Digital World here. Because every time there's big news with Trump, it is pushing what is going on with the stocks, and that's with all these stocks too. So friends, I don't want to make this video terribly long because there's not a lot of new news to report with what's going on here. I just want to say, hey, this was a fantastic day. This is what's going on. Be aware. Listen, I realize this is a dangerous play. This is a dangerous play. This is not a finalized deal. It has not happened yet. I want to bring reality to what is going on right now. But I'm not bashing it whatsoever. I just want people to know this is not, pen to paper, a done deal yet. So, if I'm not fast enough to make a video, obviously, one day and it says the deal is not happening, I would get out of here fast as you could, sell whatever you can, because the stock will plummet back down to probably, $8 within seconds. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I've even put like a sell. I've even triggered a sell if this thing goes past like $25. I've triggered a sell, because if something happens dramatically, at least I'll get out without losing anything. And if it goes to $25, well, I'm gonna look at the news and see what's going on. If nothing bad's going on, it's just a bad sell day, and I might buy more. So either way, I've just, word to the wise here, you might want to I know in Robinhood and Webull, you can like trigger a sell if it hits a certain price, months in advance. So might want to do that. Just might want to do that. If you can't get to your phone fast enough, some of you can't have your phone by you all the time at work. So just God forbid they say the deal's not happening as closer we get to March here. I just want to throw that out there. But other than that, everything's looking good. Friends, what can we say here? There's not really anything to look at on a candlestick chart. The stock is moving just on hype, moving on news. And, 2 weeks ago, the poll numbers with Biden and Trump, they said Biden was winning. Now the new polls have come out and they've got Trump up. I think it was like, I should have kept it here, but it was like, I think Trump was like 47 to, Biden was just right underneath of him. So now they got Trump in the lead. So it's just back and forth. Friends, I'm going to shut up now. And I do wish you all the best. Subscribe, and I will keep talking about what is going on with these stocks. Rumble, man, really excited about that stock for the long run, too. And obviously the Joe Rogan deal did not happen yet. There's still whispers of that. I am still suspicious that in the near future, a Rogan and Rumble deal will happen. I'm almost believing that is going to happen. It somewhat has to happen, doesn't it? It seems like it would have to happen. It has to. But that's in the future. Another thing, PHUN, we'll see what happens. I'm hoping for the squeeze here. Friends, I will talk to you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.